Ever been wondering why your bakes look so off and you get those weird artifacts and you don't know how to fix it? No worries, I got your back. My name is Benjamin, I'm a self-taught 3D artist. Now let's get back to the video. As an example, I'm gonna use this sword from my course. Link is in the description. So the number one reason why this is happening is simply because it is not part of the same mesh. Though, as we can see, it is the same object, however, here we can see it can be easily separated because it is not connected. And worst of all, it baked on top of each other. Now, even if, let's say, they are connected to each other, it is still gonna get those weird artifacts like here, or maybe here, and here as well, simply because they are very close to each other. I can take this one as an example. You cannot really connect them, however, since they are very close to each other, this may cause many errors. So the question is there a solution for our problem? Of course, there is a technique, a method that pros in studios use in their day-to-day workflow and pipeline. Let me show you this technique. So this is called the exploded baking, and the idea is quite simple. We separate every single loose parts from each other so they can bake separately. I've got here low poly and I've got here high poly as well, so you can see. And now you might be wondering, Benjamin, what about the UVs? Well, don't worry. UVs are completely fine. Even if you separate them, they are still gonna be connected to the same part of the object. And as you can see, if I move this, the UV is gonna stay the same. So don't really worry about this. And now let me show you how separate this. So we grab our object, we press L to choose the parts of it, and then Shift Tab to turn on the snapping, and we choose the increment snapping. We move it to any axis. It can be Y or Z, whatever. It's up to you. Then we just simply separate every single part from each other. Now just like this, we easily separated every single part. But there is something that I want to show you to be aware of. Okay, so when you're going to separate the high poly mesh, make sure that you separate it not inside the edit mode. That is very important. Otherwise, you're gonna get artifacts like this. And so what do? We just simply press A, then press P, separate by loose parts. And now Blender separated every single part, and we can easily move this in the object mode, not in the edit mode. Remember that. And now that we've separated every single part, what we do is simply choose the main part, press A, Ctrl J, and now it's the part of the same object again. And now let's start baking. First, we go to Shading tab, we choose Sword Low Poly, we make the new material, Shift A, find Image Texture, we make new image, we just write down normals, we choose any resolution that we want. I personally go with 2048 or 2K. Okay, and new image, create new image. Make sure that color space is not sRGB but non-color. This is very important. Then we choose the color, and here we add normal map strength. And we just connect it to a normal map. And here, by the way, very important, this color should not be plugged into strength but to color. Just remember that. All right, so then we go to Render tab, we choose Cycles, GPU Compute, we go down here and we click on the Bake option. Here on the Bake tab we choose Normal, then select it to Active, and Extrusion 0.1, max ray distance just 0. This is more than enough. And then what we do is simply click Sword Low Poly, shift the high poly, and then we choose Bake. And now as you can see, it baked easily and without a single error. No overlapping issues, no nothing. It baked perfectly on top of each other. And that's pretty much it. We simply go to layout and then combine every single part together. Here we easily combine it back and now it looks perfect. No overlapping issues, no problems, just baked perfectly with zero artifacts. And now let's compare this to our previous bake. Here, as we can see, we got some artifacts here, some artifacts here, a little bit here, but compared to that one, this one baked perfectly. This is especially important if you want to bake ambient occlusion or curvature maps. Because if you're gonna use the procedural texturing, it will get so many errors. So this will help not only for baking errors, but for texturing as well. Alright, hope this video helps and I'll see you around.